Do you think?
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Rhythm Section Tulsa. My name is Brooks Dowler, and today we have two returning guests, Zach Hall and Will Davis. And we are here at Fort Worth Sound recording Bryce Dykes and the Mercenaries' two new singles that are about to come out. And I figured we might as well get a podcast session in. So everyone, welcome back, Zach and Will. Woo!
Studio audience. Cue the fake studio audience. What's up? What's up?
So, how do you guys think the recordings have been going?
Pretty good so far. Sounds great.
What about you, Will?
It's been great. Drums typically get done really quick, so my job's fairly easy.
Mm-hmm.
And gives me more time to pick on the rest of the guys.
Pick on us.
Mm-hmm.
We pick on you.
Make funny faces in the studio, make them laugh, make them mess up.
Yeah,
That's what I try to do.
it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yep. So, is this your first time in a recording studio?
This is my first time in Fort Worth Sound. Yes.
What do you think of it?
It's been fun so far. Being the tour manager and stuff, I don't really have any musical responsibilities in the studio, so I've been able to make faces through the window and flip people off and
Get us Whataburger.
get Whataburger and stuff. Thanks to my mom, by the way, for giving us 1,000 coupons for Whataburger. So
Shout out.
Mrs. Hall.
yeah, we've been eating Whataburger for all weekend. So
Thank you, Mrs. Hall.
Madam Hall.
it's Mrs.
If you have any more
Miss Bobby.
coupons for anything that you would like to give me, just let me know.
That sounds
Just
so
send me-
creepy.
Just send me all the coupons, all of them. So, have you ever recorded anything before?
Yeah, just like in home, home stuff. I've got a recording set up for just like demo type stuff. Like if you want to send like a USB to somebody, like, hey, I'd love to play your place. Oh, do you have anything? And here's a USB. Listen to this.
Mhm.
Just stuff for that nature, and nothing real too fancy. Just enough to get by.
What is it? Was the first time you ever recorded here at Fort Worth, Will?
No, I have recorded a band I played at the church. Our lead guitar player had a pretty nice home studio, complete with vocal booth, guitar booth, drum room.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So Fort Worth is my first major
Professionally.
Non-house
done.
studio.
Right. So it's safe to say this is my first.
Who all has recorded here? I know Pat Green has. I know Daryl Dodd did.
I think Cody Jinks did a little bit of stuff here. I think he was just a guest on Pat Green's album.
Jackson Tillman Band did it.
Yeah, Jackson Tillman recorded
Jackson
here.
Tillman.
Those are great guys.
Mm-hmm. And now Bryce Dykes and the Mercenaries. You are so welcome, Bart, for having us choose you. Like, you are so welcome.
Bart's a great guy, real easy to work with, and
He helps boost morale when we're.
he's not the typical angry sound man.
No, it's 6 hours in and you're getting really bored and tired and.
He's still an angry sound man, but he's not the typical angry sound man.
Right. No, he's cracked a few jokes here and there. Pretty good timing on that. So yeah, Bart's been a really cool guy.
Mm-hmm. Who was the band that we saw last night?
Bobby Dale.
Bobby Dale Band.
Well, actually, I didn't stay to listen to him, but the opening guy,
Yeah, something Roth.
Cade Roth.
Cade Roth.
Yeah, Cade Roth.
Damn, they were badass.
They were.
We
Yeah.
played with their guitar player Shiloh Powers. We played with him.
Yeah, he's crazy.
At the Mercury
He's
Lounge.
really good.
He's got that women's sour face going whenever he's playing guitar.
He really, you can tell he really feels it when he plays. So
Yeah.
it's fun to watch. He's entertaining for sure. Hell of a guitar player. One of the best I've ever seen, actually, ever.
If you guys want a mental picture of what he looks like, look up the name Lil Dicky. He's a comedian rapper, and he looks exactly like him now.
With Owen Wilson's nose, and that's directly Shiloh Powers.
Yeah, just mix those two in your head, and you'll know what we're talking about. So, this is our last day for this weekend in the studio. Then we're heading back to
Get a week off.
Oklahoma and then Arkansas. Yeah, we got a week off until. Well, I can't even say because it's not even confirmed yet, so I won't.
Oh, yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully our next show will be confirmed
Here pretty soon.
But
And then we got Christmas. Christmas is coming up.
yeah, it's
That's cool.
Christmas is in 15 days.
Wow.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Holy crap.
Yep. I got JT a few patch cables because he really needed them.
Big time.
Yeah. I think that'll take away a lot of our headaches if his crap doesn't malfunction as they have been. But yeah, we've been having a lot of fun here today. We need to schedule some more recording time. And
No doubt.
last night, how long did it take you to come up with the song that we were working on last night?
It was a couple weeks ago.
And what's it called for people at home?
Working on a tune right now. It's called "You and Whiskey." The premise, kind of behind the song, is as I guess you could say any country song, really, about kind of like heartbreak and stuff. And this guy, that's the subject of the song. He battling with a relationship with a girl, and so he feels like he needs to go out and drink and tear up the town and stuff like that, and he's trying to drown his sorrows in whiskey and all that stuff, and kind of turns out like goes to jail and he calls her up and he's like doesn't want to waste his one phone call that he's got, and so he calls the one person in the world he knows that'll come save him. So it's kind of a downer in the beginning of it, but it kind of picks back up in the end, and it's kind of more of an upbeat tune, so a little kind of like Wade Bowen style kind of, and there's just a few other influences on the song. I'm a big Foo Fighters fan, and I love like their 3-chord progression, just real power stuff, and we got a little bit of that in there, and it's turned out to be kind of a pretty neat little alternative rock country tune, and so it's entitled "You and Whiskey," and J.T. Hubbard, lead guitar player for the Mercenaries. Him and I came up with the idea in my garage one night, and we wrote down some lyrics and chords and stuff, and then we finished it. We kind of sort of finished it up this weekend, last night in the hotel with everybody, and all the guys seem to like it and stuff. So we're gonna try to roll with it and see what it sounds like live, and see if people like it or not.
I also heard a little bit of Bruce Springsteen in the songs. Just some of it remind me a little bit of his
with the vocals.
His stuff.
Yeah. So it's JT told me that too. It's kind of like in the pre-chorus of the song. I'm a big E Street Band fan, and Bruce Springsteen's just an incredible artist, and I just a bunch of influences in my life. Listening to music and stuff, I feel like really just shows in my music and stuff, and so it's a lot of fun to see how something turns out, and like you get recorder on your phone or something, and then you'll listen to the whole thing and you'll be like, oh, there's that influence, and there's that influence, and there's that, and it's just a big melting pot down into a song, and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully it turns out, and hopefully people like it. So the rest of the band likes it, so that's a good thing.
Kind of something you were just saying reminded me of a statement that John Mayer made. He said, "When you fail to sound like your heroes, that's when you find your sound." So, trying to sound like Foo Fighters, you may fail to impersonate them, but then
you find your own sound that way. Yeah. I wasn't necessarily like trying to impersonate one thing. It's just I came up with something in my head, like a chord progression, and then Will actually, he's like, it was Will. He's like, oh, that's Foo Fighters right there.
Yeah.
And I just immediately all of a sudden the way I hear it now is just totally different because someone else noticed it was kind of the style of another band, and huge Foo Fighters fan. Just,
great artists, good artists borrow, great artists steal. What they say. So.
Maybe towards the end of the podcast you can play it and we can hear it.
Yeah, might give a little sample or something.
Okay.
We might do something.
Okay, cool. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We got to go to Filthy McNasty's last night, which is one. If you're in Fort Worth and if you're in the Fort Worth Stockyards, you have to go to Filthy's. That's some of the most. They have some of the best music in Fort Worth there. You got Billy Bob's and other places that are pretty good, but for just a really good time, I would go to Filthy's.
They have really good beer there.
Yeah, they got Shinerbach on draft, which that's my drink of choice. But yeah.
Mine too. Love Shiner. Shiner's good.
So You got any of your shows coming up?
I was supposed to have one on the 15th, and I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I've got a New Year's Eve gig on the 31st at like a little hometown bar for me. I think JT is going to come and play along with me. So we're going to have fun there. And then the next night, I'm going to Hangover Ball in Tulsa. So it's just going to be one big weekend of partying and music, and it's a lot of fun. So
Who's going to be at that lineup?
well, obviously, Code of Canada, it's him and his wife that put it on. Jamie Lynn Wilson's going to be there. She's incredible. BJ Barham of American Aquarium, he's going to be there. I don't know if William Clark Green is going to be there again this year or not. He was there last year, and he's phenomenal. And I think Evan Felker from Turnpike Troubadours is going to be there, as well as Jason Boland's going to be there, and a couple of other big name artists and stuff like that, and just incredible people.
Get this. I think it was 2 years ago I went to the Hangover Ball.
Oh, okay, I was there too.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, that second lineup.
It had
John Fulbright.
Yeah, John Fulbright.
Randy Rogers.
And
William Clark Green. B.J. Barham.
Yes, yeah.
That was probably the best acoustic song swap I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
I mean, it was incredible. John Fulbright played this one song, and he was playing.
He actually played piano.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was playing piano, and the other three were playing guitar.
Huh.
So it was really awesome.
I don't remember that. I remember him playing harmonica and guitar at the same time.
He came
and
up
usually
during
most people, when they do the harmonica holder by their mouth, they just play simple chords. But it sounded like he was just.
Well, he jumped up. He jumped up during, I believe, the first set and played a little bit with the first set, and I know that the second set he played all the way through.
Fulbright is a mutant.
John Fulbright's actually producing American Aquarium's album right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Where's his studio?
I don't know if John Fulbright actually has a studio of his own. I don't know John Fulbright personally. I just know about him. He's an incredible musician. But
He's from Tulsa, I believe.
Yeah, and I think American Aquarium are recording at Tea Garden Studios or something like that in Tulsa. So that's cool. One of my favorite bands. Just like recording like an hour from away from my house. So that's really neat.
I went to this little hole in the wall place. It's a kind of a secret for musicians. It's called The Colony. And Brandon Clark and the Big Rig were headlining, and John Fulbright came sat at the bar a couple of seats from me and was just listening.
That's cool.
It's Brandon Clark. That's another group.
Oh yeah, BC and Big Rig. They're great.
They'll just
shred dirt.
Oh my God.
Shred dirt specialists.
They'll grab your balls and won't let go for 2 hours. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Last time I was in Tulsa watching music, you guys opened up for Dalton Domino at the Mercury Lounge, and Fulbright and Roger Ray showed up.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I think you had left. It was during Domino's set that they showed up.
Yeah, the reason
towards the end. Yeah, and so I got a picture with Roger Ray, the incredible musician, played with the Stragglers forever, and he was super cool. And he was at Medicine Stone too, so I got to talk to him there, and he hung out, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was our second time at the Merc. Our first time at Mercury Lounge, we were opening for Shane Smith. And it was.
That's a song called The Mercury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Turnpike song.
That was a sick day too.
Yeah, they're great, man. It's like going to church every time you hear them.
Yeah.
The harmonies and stuff that they got, it's great.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame that only really the people in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, kind of this South Midwestern side of the country, only know who these people are.
Yeah.
I mean, Shane Smith blows out every single person you hear in Nashville top 40.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And, those guys, they're getting to travel around quite a bit. And it wasn't too long ago, they were from New York. So they're getting their name out there. And that's really important because they're going to, if they keep doing what they're doing, there's no doubt in my mind they're going to be moving on to a lot bigger things. And very well deserved, as they should. They're great.
I would love for Red Dirt to expand out.
Yeah, but still be like, have our still never lose our core.
Oh yeah,
So don't mind a lot more people. Hell, I mean, if we get whole nationwide success, Red Dirt, that would be awesome. But I think most Red Dirt bands would still want to stay the course and stay independent as much as possible and do things the Red Dirt way, I guess you could say.
And it sounds pretentious, especially living in Oklahoma and going to Texas all the time, but places outside of Texas and Oklahoma have forgotten what real country sounds like.
It seems so.
And
yeah.
I mean, I don't like saying anything like that because, music is music. If you enjoy something, then enjoy it.
Music's good for the soul. See, I live in Arkansas, and there's no radio stations whatsoever that's playing anything like what Oklahoma or Texas does. I mean, every time we come down here to Dallas-Fort Worth area, turn on 95.9 The Ranch, and we hear, all of our heroes and stuff, good buddies of ours on the radio. And there's some stations over here that even play our songs.
Yeah.
And it's it's really cool. You get back home and you don't get that, and so it's kind of like a little musician's haven over here.
I still haven't ever turned the radio on and heard our songs yet. I really want that to happen.
That'd be cool, yeah, that'd be cool.
Which I think what are we at, 86, 89?
85.
85?
Yeah.
Yeah, 85 on Texas charts. It's
for Gypsy Soul.
Yeah,
that's incredible. It's
every week we've been climbing about 10 spots every week. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will open some doors for our next couple of singles that will be coming out. Oh my gosh! Today we got to see, for the first time I ever got to see it, was a organ with the organ amp, and it has that oscillator, or not the oscillator, the rotary or whatever it's called. Yeah. It's which it just spins around and makes it sound like there's a little vibrato in the organ, and
that's great.
Oh, it sounds awesome. That's probably the coolest thing for me getting to play in Fort Worth at Fort Worth Sound is all the different instruments. They have like steel guitars, fiddles, organs. It's a really cool learning experience to get to see all these other instruments people haven't ever seen before, or people don't get to see that often in a bar.
Absolutely, yeah, it's great.
So, what would you say is the best show you've ever seen?
Best show that I've ever seen live performance. So I'm gonna get to whoever's listening, and probably you guys. The best show I've ever seen live before. It was back in 2014. I got a couple of tickets to go see Nickelback in Tulsa for Christmas. And
what was the best show you've ever seen?
Right. It doesn't surprise me. And, I'd always been a fan of Nickelback and stuff, but I'd never seen them live up until that point. And, I liked, some of their music, most of their music, and there's some stuff that I don't really care about. But when I went to their show, they just absolutely blew it out of the water. It was incredible.
I hear they put on a really good live show.
They do. From then on, it changed my view of that band as a fan. Mm-hmm. And so that's the best show I've ever seen live. And maybe just because it's it's a worldwide band, they got the means to put on such a big show like that. But it was incredible. I mean, for the money, it was worth it, every penny. And so they really try to take care of their fans by going over the top and stuff. The only thing that I didn't get to see that I heard Nickelback to be known for was Pyro. And I think it's just because they were inside the BOK Center, and so you're not allowed to set
I've seen Pyro inside the BOK Center.
Maybe they don't do it anymore. I don't know. I've never heard of them to do it after a certain period of time. But that would have been cool to see, too.
It wasn't like crazy Pyro, but I went and saw a band called Skillet. They were at this festival that was being held in BOK Center. And Winter Jam.
Winter Jam, yeah. I've seen Skillet there, too.
And they had some Pyro.
2011.
I was sitting about about 150 yards away from the stadium, or from the stage. And every time they shot the Pyro off, I was immediately feeling the heat from it.
Oh, yeah, no, it was crazy. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, too. I think I was at the same show you were.
Yeah, it was a good show.
They had, like, that little prop that was like a monster head that they stood on. Yep, I was at the same show. It's crazy small world, man.
Yeah, I know. The opening to that was sick when they had, like, those phantoms playing the fiddles.
Yeah, it was a cello One of them had a cello, one of them had a fiddle.
Oh, okay.
Well, violin. The
That
way he was playing it. But
Skillet put on one of the sickest shows I've
it's
ever
pretty good.
seen.
Will, your favorite show you've ever seen?
Man, I've only been to one
You only been to one concert?
rock show. It's funny because I'm a huge 70s, 80s rock and roll heavy metal fan, and I never. So I guess that's part of the reason why I never really saw a lot of my bands is that I like because they are older and a lot of them aren't touring anymore. But I have been to one rock show that I can recall. They're actually a metal deathcore band called A Day to Remember.
Oh yeah, they're good.
They did a free show while I was overseas. But all the other concerts I've been to were country concerts, and I have to say the best country concert I've been to, honestly, is probably Granger Smith.
Granger Smith?
Yeah, I'm not a huge mainstream country fan. He's one of the few I actually like, and he put on a really, really good show.
Okay. I would say probably my biggest dream come true of a show to see was Rush. That
That would have been great to see. I wish I could have seen that.
it was great. I mean, they still sound just as good as they did back in the 80s and 70s. In fact, I like their sound better now.
It's amazing how much sound can come out of the three-piece band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They just released the anniversary edition of Farewell to Kings.
I heard about that.
And Dream Theater covered Xanadu. And there's I want to say there are 5 members of Dream Theater. And
Crazy.
they all were still playing, they all had a part to play in a Rush song. And Rush plays that song live with 3 people.
Yeah. Well, both those bands, incidentally, happen to have 2 of my favorite drummers, Mike Portnoy and Neil Peart. And
Mangini, too.
yeah, he's great too.
The thing
I guess Mike Portnoy's playing with Ben Sevenfold now.
he
He did one album.
He did one. He did one album, the Nightmare album.
Nightmare album, yeah, that was.
Which I mean.
But he had to start in the middle of it. That's what I heard.
Yeah, but even so, you can tell it sounds like a Dream Theater. That whole album, it sounds like they were trying to do Dream Theater. It didn't sound like an Avenged Sevenfold album, and I actually like their new sound better than their old kind of screamo sound, especially with Shepherds of Fire and stuff like that.
There's one song off of Hail of the King album, and it's called what's it called? I can't put my name on it. But
This Means War.
yes, This Means War, and a lot of people really got upset about that song because they said Avenged Sevenfold kind of ripped off Metallica's Sad But True, and I remember seeing an interview one time, and the lead singer of Avenged Sevenfold, he goes, look, we didn't really rip off the song. It's just making this record. We listened to a lot of Metallica and Guns N' Roses and stuff. Some of our heroes, and it was just really big influence.
I mean, you could say that every 80s hair metal band stole from Van Halen.
Yeah.
I mean, because all the major power chords, that's straight from Van Halen.
Yeah, I mean.
Panama.
I mean,
I could think of 100 different 80s hair metal songs that implement a lot of the chords and the techniques that were used in just that one song by Van Halen.
yeah.
And then, not to mention the whammy bar, dive bombs, and the two-handed tapping. Although Eddie didn't invent that, you saw that a lot of people started copying it after he basically made it famous. But
Yeah.
I mean, the guy that invented the chair didn't go after and start suing every person that made a chair after him.
Yeah.
But I get what people are trying to say when they say that.
There's very few blatant rip-offs that I can think of. Everything else is just influence. And with music, there's really there's not much new that you can really do for music now.
No, the G chord's been played over.
Yeah.
Countless times.
Yeah.
You
So.
can't sue someone for using the same chords that you do.
Yeah. I mean,
you can. I don't know if you win, but you.
yeah. But anyway, this has been a really good session. I think we are going to stop here and start songwriting. and I'm gonna go in and see how this how the vocals are going with Bryce. But thanks guys for being on it again.
Right on.
No
Thanks for
problem.
having us.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
having us.
this-
It's always a
this-
good time, Brooks.
This was a lot of fun. I think next show we're gonna be interviewing JT Hubbard, our guitar player, and it was a great show. You got anything you want to plug, Zach? Your Facebook page or anything?
Yeah, personal pages and stuff. You go on Facebook, look up Zachary Ryan Music. Instagram is Zachary Ryan Music, and that's where you can find me at.
Keep
And,
country music country.
keep it country, keep it original, and independent.
Yep. And with that, we are going to sign off. And remember, we are brought to you by the letter A.